Intuition, by definition, is a thought before your brain overcomplicates it. I believe intuition is the roadmap to your personal happiness and success. Allow this awesome conversation to inspire you to just be more of you. I'm your host, Jimmy Ward Mize, and welcome to Inspired by Jimmy L.
All righty, everyone. Welcome to another positivity conversation today with Inspired by Jimmy L. Today we have an awesome guest on that actually a Memphian, a local Memphian here actually connected us. And thank you, Emily. Thank you. Today we have Mr. Clay Green. Dude hit me up and is one of the most enthusiastic people that I've ever seen. Versus is definitely in my messaging. I've never seen anyone that enthusiastic via messaging. And so I was just like, okay, wait a minute, what the hell is going on? I had to go in and do my little research really quickly. But anyway, needless to say, welcome to the show, Mr. Green.
I'm thrilled to be here, Jimmy, and I didn't realize Emily connected us. I didn't realize that. She's a bomb. She's awesome.
She is hands down, like she is on fire.
Yes, she is.
But she is on fire. But so we know that you go ahead.
I'm working with her, sort of. We're working.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, hold on. She's got some fire coming at you. You don't know.
I did not know that you guys were working together.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I've seen hell, I reached out to her ass a couple of weeks ago and I was like, girl, how the hell do you know every damn thing that's happening in Memphis? I was like, you're there showing up for every damn conference. Like you're there. And so I was like, and I see her posting once she gets there. And I was like, I don't know half of these things that are going on here in town.
Get there.
And so, but you know, I'm connecting a little bit more with her and she's letting it out of the bag.
She's rocking it. She's rocking it. All right. Hey, thank you for having me. I'm thrilled to be here. I'm excited. And yeah, enthusiastically.
Okay, so prior to the call, I found out he does not like the word coach. I definitely want to know why. Well, first off, I know that you have you just mentioned that you have the mastermind call that you do. And we'll bring up that a little bit later on. But before we get into that, why do you not like the word coach? We really didn't talk about that.
There's, so I've been a lot of things in my life, right? Like I'm 50. I'm officially 50 years old.
Whoa! Yeah. Hot damn! Okay, I didn't see that. I really didn't see. Dude, really?
Oh my God! I'm just playing. But I met a woman today. I had my first call with a woman today that freaking blew my mind when she said she had a 22-year-old son. She's 22, dude. I was like, how you had him when you were what, 3?
I know, right? Oh my gosh.
She's gorgeous. And I was like, wait a second. It really like set me back. But Jimmy, the point I'm making with this is it's interesting to me. I do look younger than I am. I act younger than I am. And most of the people that I interact with look and act younger than they are. And this is strangers that I'm meeting. So when you start spinning in circles and you start that whole associations thing, it's real.
And it is
real. So anyway, all right. So what was coach? The coach is
coaching. Why is that a no?
First off, well, okay. I was a nuclear reactor operator.
Stressful.
On a submarine in the Navy. I was a nuclear reactor operator trainer. So I got picked up after I made it through the school. I got picked up and hand selected as less than 1% of the people that make it through the school to stay there and teach other young people how to operate a nuclear reactor.
Okay.
That was my first taste of professional training. Then I got out of the Navy and I stayed a professional trainer for the next decade. And most of my career, my 25 years of career work, as you were talking about corporate work, if you want to, has been as a trainer, or that has been part of the role.
Gotcha.
I've trained motorcycle riders. I've trained snowboarders. I've trained a lot of people. And there's a distinct difference between being a trainer and a coach. I've also coached motorcycle riders, in every one of those roles, I've coached as well.
I got you.
The heck was that? That was interesting.
Ironically, that is my cell phone ringing. So that's just funny as hell. But I forgot that's my ringtone. Like, seriously.
It's all good. But the answer to your question is there's a lot of confusion around that word now. There's a lot of people selling coaching, and there's a lot of life coaches, financial coaches, business coaches, spiritual coaches. There's a lot of that going around, and it's, in my opinion, it's too vague for me.
Okay.
And it leaves way too much of a question mark.
I got you.
Yeah.
So, but you prefer?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely a state of flow expert. So state of flow is an area of expertise, and
that sounds really spiritual. Is that
not necessarily? I'll put it that way. State of flow, but the thing you get from the state of flow is incredible superhuman performance and productivity. So that's in our realm. And in other realms, you get incredible performance, like Navy SEALs, snipers, motorcycle racers.
So depending upon the skill that you're speaking about during the session.
So I'm a state of flow expert, and I am a focus and productivity trainer, and an expert, and a speaker. I speak, yeah. So that's what I do. And then a connector. I love connecting people. And I love training small groups. So I've started, like you mentioned, the mastermind. I've started gathering masterminds together and running masterminds.
So small groups, what's the definition of small for you?
I'm sorry, say that again? You broke up a little.
You said small groups. What's the definition of small for you?
Anywhere from 4 to 20, depending on what the topic is and how, yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of and I'm going to use the word anyway, but coaches that I've come across, not identifying you, but coaches that I've come across, a lot of them have kind of taking on, a lighter load, and they typically work with smaller groups. I just found it to be really interesting. I was just really curious as to your reasons behind that. I gotcha. I know we were talking a moment ago about my business, and I know you brought up feelings, and really, but you brought up feelings and my desire to follow my intuition and kind of want to be led to the next door that's going to open up, or the next opportunity that's going to open up for me as to how I'm to take and operate my business. Now, you were talking about that is feelings, and that is, we control our feelings, and we have to, find out how it works. Is that what you were saying? I want to make sure I'm getting that correctly, because I know I stopped you in the middle of it.
It's kind of funny. Yeah, you do. You stopped in the middle. It's like, wait, we need to.
I did. We have got to record this. So I'm sorry, you guys. If you're listening, you got to listen. Listen now.
So let's see if I can nail this or get this as simple as I can. I said to you, and I'll say it again, our feelings will betray us.
Okay.
So when you say feelings, for example, actually, I'm trying to figure out which way to go with this. Let me give you a warning, Jimmy, and everybody that's watching that's ever watched Jimmy.
I'm scared.
I did an interview with somebody about 3 weeks ago. Okay. And after that interview, that person got off the call. That as a matter of fact, I mentioned her earlier, the 22-year-old.
Oh, yes.
She's not 22. I honestly don't know how old she is. She looks 22. But like a week later, she sent me a message and she said, "Clay Green, you are amazing." I got finished with that interview and I couldn't stop. I broke out my notes from 4 years ago. I wrote a book. I published a book. It's on Amazon for sale.
Damn.
In less than a week. And I didn't intend, there was no, we didn't do a coaching thing at all. We didn't do any discussion about her book at all. It was just, she saw some insights about what we're talking about your feelings. And she started controlling and manipulating her feelings, her mind, and was able to focus. And she was able to focus like she's never focused before. So that's what I mean when I say focus and productivity.
Gotcha. And that your feelings can lie to you if you let them just kind of run. Gotcha.
So what's a feel? Let me ask you, Jimmy, what's a feeling? When you say you don't feel like it, what's the feeling that hit you when you tried to do something that you didn't like?
Oh, that was more so of a negative thing. It felt like, for me, I don't know how to describe feeling itself. I can describe that particular feeling. It felt wrong. It felt inauthentic
Okay,
for
so
me to, yeah.
write these words down for a second. Wrong, inauthentic, whatever. You don't have to write them down, Jimmy. I'm
Oh,
just.
I was gonna say I will now. We talked about this. I don't mind my coaching session.
Jimmy, I love it, man. We're going to have to talk after this, too.
I'm okay with that.
All right, so wrong, inauthentic. What else?
Yeah.
Like,
that was enough. I mean, really, it didn't feel natural.
be careful. I asked what it did feel like, not what it didn't feel like.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so that is enough then. It
By the
felt
way,
inauthentic.
Everybody that ever hears this, if somebody asks you what you want, do everything you can to not tell them what you do not want. They're asking what you want.
Gosh.
Right?
Yeah. Like, and I know that, and I freaking know that, and I still do it. Practicing.
Everybody does. Everybody does.
Yeah.
It's how, and this is my message. This is my message. It's how we're hardwired in our brain. This is genetic. This is hereditary. Our caveman ancestors, in order for us to be here today, for generations and generations, eons of evolution. I mean, how long? The Industrial Revolution happened less than 100 years ago, 150 years ago. That's 3-4 generations. I'm talking about hundreds and hundreds and thousands of generations of people that had to, that all evolved. They were able to reproduce. They were able to have babies, which eventually had us. They were able to do that because they simply were more safe. They failed safe. They were worried about the bad stuff, right? And they took the right actions, which the vast majority of the time in a literal dog eat dog world, I'm talking about caveman, dog eat dog. I'm talking about you step outside the cave, a saber-toothed tiger could eat your butt, right? In that world, being safe meant you lived. So we are hardwired in the core of our mind to be more worried about things than excited. More focused on what we don't want than what we do want. That's why the mindset game and mindfulness is so important, because we all have so much to work on.
So how do you get past that? Like, how do you keep your mind focused on what you do want?
Step one is called awareness. So you said inauthentic, and what was the other word?
I can think about it.
How did it feel when you did the stuff before? It was wrong.
I think I said wrong.
Wrong and inauthentic.
Yeah.
Check this out. Those are words that I associate with the front part of your brain.
Okay.
Here's the way to do this. You got to get out of your head. Now you got to take a second here, everybody. Think about who I am in my training and my background. I was a nuclear reactor operator. We're talking subatomic physics that I controlled by moving a switch. I had to know how, when I threw a switch, every electron flowing through the wire, flowing through that switch, interacted with all the circuitry to make what happened over there in that nuclear reactor. I am an incredibly technically trained troubleshooting badass. Okay? I am. There's no and then when I got done with that, I went and I built computer chips. Like, I manufactured.
That is so cool. That's cool.
I can talk about some technical stuff.
I got you.
And so what I'm about to say is not technical.
Okay.
But it is. By
Okay.
not technical, what I mean is we got to get out of the head and into the body. So, Jimmy, and when I say it's not technical, but it is, here's the connection I mean. What the current neuroscience is proving and what physicists are proving, and when I say physicists, I mean the guys over there working on the God particle and all that stuff. These big badasses that get paid to think for their entire lifetime, those guys are proving beyond a shadow of a doubt what I'm about to tell you.
Okay. Okay.
What's going on in here is the single most important thing on this planet. It's the single most powerful thing on this planet. How your brain works and what you see is all determined here. Which brings us to feelings.
Okay.
How does wrong or inappropriate manifest in your body, Jimmy? How does it feel in your body? Like
It feels toxic. It feels extremely negative.
Extremely negative, toxic. Okay, no clue. How does that feel? What does that mean? When I say feel,
Okay.
so inappropriate, wrong, toxic, negative, those are emotions.
Okay. Okay.
When I say feeling,
Like physically feeling.
think about me coming and rubbing your shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a physical sensation. Now think about me pinching and twisting your nipple. Right? Those are two very different physical sensations, right? So that's what I mean. What does a wrong or inappropriate physical sensation feel like to you? And it's going to be different. Everybody's different.
Like, I don't know. Like,
There's
I
a
don't
problem.
know. Yeah.
There's a problem that every one of us have.
Which is?
That which we're out of touch.
Okay.
We're not connected.
So, in your mind, you believe that not being able to articulate how you're feeling and put it into a physical wattage or diaphragm assumes that we're disconnected? I'm asking.
It takes a little practice.
Okay.
And I can sit here and we can do this for 5 minutes. We can have a conversation for a couple minutes. Uh-oh. And I can get you to a physical sensation. That's not hard. The point is, we are all not as practiced as we need to be or should be or could be.
On determining,
on feeling ourselves, on being aware of what our real guidance system is doing.
Gotcha. Okay, it's starting to click a little bit, but okay. In my defense, let's see.
You do not need to defend yourself.
No. Let me rephrase that, and maybe I shouldn't say defense.
Yeah.
Maybe because it sounds negative. But
nothing you need to defend.
No, and because what I'm wanting to do is I want to make sure that I'm getting this across as to how it's playing out in my mind, so that I can again articulate it a little bit better even after this conversation. And for me, how I have personally been determining how my body feels and what's right and what's wrong for me and the different feelings, quote unquote, is trying my best to center myself on a consistent basis, which is typically through meditation. I am still in the beginning stages of that. And so I can understand where you're talking about now, and us not being completely in tune with what's actually going on, in our minds, but also inside of our bodies. And so again, okay, I got you. But again, I know it's something for me right now, being in the beginning stages of it. And meditation, like starting my day with meditation, it is literally doing wonders for me. So I'm learning to listen and learning to figure out what exactly is my intuition talking to me versus what my ego is talking and saying. And so I'm still getting that figured out. So okay, I got you.
Exactly what we're talking about. That's exactly. So Jimmy talked about selling and not selling things, and I'm not here.
Yeah.
I run a mastermind. I run some stuff. Yeah, come check it out. Here's
what is the mastermind? What is it? Like, where is it?
Don't even worry about that. Here's what I'm
selling.
Okay. Here's what I'm selling. You ready? I'm selling the 3 habits.
Okay. What are the 3 habits?
I'm selling, and what I mean by selling is, I don't care if you come get my PDF or not. I don't. Google it. Use Google. Use every resource that you have to start and develop and grow these 3 habits. Meditation, journaling, using a journal, and practicing gratitude. Every day. Those are the 3 core habits. My whole thing, Jimmy, is enable, empower, enthuse. Enable, These 3 habits will enable you and everybody else to do anything. Period. Period.
Have you heard of Hal Elrod?
A couple times.
He is freaking awesome. He's the author of The Miracle Morning. And that's actually what he preaches as well. And he started me on this journey probably almost 2 years ago now. And it kind of has led me to this. And again, doing the meditating and being able to do my gratitude. And I'm not good at journaling.
Oh, sorry.
I am not. Oh, I'm not.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Why do you think you're not good at journaling?
I really hate writing.
Did you see my example of writing on that other interview you watched? All right, here we go. You ready? So let me help you out. Let me help you get really, really good at journaling really, really quick.
Okay.
You ready? You want that?
I'm scared, but I'm listening.
I'm not gonna. The poke in the eye is about meditation. I ain't gonna poke you in the eye.
Okay.
All right. So here we go. The purpose of meditation and journaling and gratitude. The purpose of meditation. Step 1, awareness. We kind of talked about that.
Yes.
Right. Step 2, rewiring or reprogramming. Because we all got crap. Like, ain't nobody on the planet that does not have mommy issues and money issues. We all do. We all do.
Okay.
It could be mommy was too awesome. It could be mommy was crappy. It could be
I got you. I agree.
Adopted, or it could be anything.
Anything. I got you.
And everybody got money issues. Yeah. Person on the planet that doesn't. Period.
And everybody wants more. So
not necessarily.
Yeah. Okay.
I can think. I watched. No, seriously. I watched a YouTube video just the other day of lottery winners. Mm-hmm. People won $100 million, and all of a sudden their life went to shit.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
I can see that.
So not everybody wants more money. There was
not necessarily money. Not necessarily money. I just meant more in general. We all want more of something.
More of something.
We all want more of something, like no matter what it is. So yeah, we all want, even if it's just time, we want more.
Interesting. Maybe you could sell more.
But that's the trick, Clay. That's the trick. For me, in my opinion, just my opinion, it's about living in the here and now and taking full advantage of this conversation. Taking full advantage of the weather and the rain that's going on out here and how the different animals are deciding to go back to their habits. For me, that's just for me, it's about being more in tune with what's going on right now versus thinking about more in the future. And so that's just my opinion. And if we can get more people on that.
Let me make sure I understood what you just said.
Okay.
You said more in the now.
Yes. Okay.
That's more.
It is.
And just so we're on the same page, I firmly and 100% support, encourage, and believe your what you called opinion.
Okay. I want to know where this is going. I'm listening.
Well, okay, so we got 2 paths going here. We got your opinion, I guess, and to summarize that, basically, I've proven to myself that it's not an opinion. It's a fact. It's a fact. We are all chasing the state of flow. The reason we're all chasing the state of flow, and the most prominent way to be in the state of flow is be in the present moment deeper now. Mm-hmm. So I'm in your back pocket with more in the now, 100%.
But and that's a method. That's a method or a means to get there. I got you.
Oh.
The flow. You don't think that it is?
It's not a method.
Okay.
It's not a method. Now I can teach you practices and methods so that you can get into the state of flow.
No, I'm sorry, and I think I may have had that backwards. Meditation. You don't believe that meditation is a method to get you more in flow?
Oh, yeah, it is. Meditation is one of the things that are required. Hence, it's the 3 habits: meditation, journaling, gratitude.
I was gonna say we're about to have a full-on debate right now, Clay.
No. I'm gonna say, this is awesome. This is perfect.
I was gonna. Okay, I
This
got
is
you.
awesome because it's not
Okay.
90% of the time. John and Joe are saying the same thing. They're
Just
just
saying
saying it
different.
in different perspectives. Yeah.
But we have different backgrounds. I mean, come on. There's no way in hell that I would know anything about physics. I mean, come on. Like, I barely made it through biology. Okay. Like, I mean, like, I really did. I flirted with the teacher halfway through.
Oh,
Like,
geez.
it was, yeah, exactly. So, I mean, we're different backgrounds. I know, right?
It's all good.
But,
It's all good. But
yeah.
that's what I was saying about physicists and spiritual leaders and all that. They're all coming to the same conclusion. And that conclusion is what you just said. Now,
Being in the here and now.
right now.
Okay. I know we're running. Well, we're not running low on time, but I try to be mindful of everyone's time. I try.
Let's get on journaling. Let's jump back to journaling.
Oh hell, I'm scared of journaling.
Why? What scares you? You know what? We talked about this before. That's you doing this.
I know. Like,
Why are you scared? What are you afraid of with journaling?
Like, I really, you know what? And honestly, maybe talking to you, this maybe has got me thinking about something else. It could just me being or wanting to go against the grain. And like me talking to you now, like that's the first thing that popped in my mind. That I don't want to do it because it's what other people are doing. You know what I mean? Like, and I understand that it's completely crazy. But
No.
But that was the first thing that popped in my mind.
All right, you ready? You ready for this? This is beautiful. You sitting down, right? Check this
A little bit.
Here we go. I realized about a month ago, I got this thing. I'm not normal. I break the rules. I do not follow proven patterns.
Gotcha.
Right? I'm not orthodox. I abhor, and we kind of talked about this, I abhor the sales process. I hate, I went to an event just last night. All it was an hour and a half of a dude, literally, and I've studied this stuff. He sat there for an hour and a half in front of a room of 150 people using every sales technique, every mental trick, every tweak that he could to convince the quantity of people he could to go buy his stuff.
Yeah.
Now, my number one lesson that I teach people is think, do not react. So he's up there.
Say that one more time.
Think. Do not react. My number one lesson, think, do not react. He's up there literally for an hour and a half poking people in the eye to get them to blink, to get them to react. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. Mm-hmm. So I'm good. You and I, we are on the same page hard here. But here's the thing. Guess whose rules I need to break to level up to the next level?
Your own.
Amen, brother. I need to break my rules and follow some rules.
Which is the same as saying that this thinking. Oh wow. Okay.
See the circles everywhere. Circles.
Okay.
I love it. Yeah.
Okay, Clay.
So let's get back to journaling.
Like I oh my God! And I know, like, it is so crazy. Like, I know that problem. Like, and I even know why.
Well, here's why.
I even know why.
You do or don't know?
I do.
Why?
I do. It's something that I've done for years, and I really thought that I thought I got away from it about 2 or 3 years ago, but apparently not. But like I've always gone against the grain, like always. So, and if you tell me that I couldn't do it, I purposely went out to do it. And in every aspect of my life until probably 2009, maybe 10, I got into a place and I didn't have anyone telling me what I couldn't do anymore. And so I kind of felt, I know, right? No shit. So I felt lost, and I didn't know what to do. And so things definitely began to crumble. I almost lost everything because I didn't know what the hell was going on. I mean, I was young, like I was 21, 22. And I didn't know. And I didn't have entrepreneur mothers or fathers. And none of my friends knew they didn't know what was going on. They didn't have anything. And so, but anyway, and so I rebuilt on what I wanted. It was me moving forward. But honestly, I did not think about journaling and why I truthfully didn't want to do it until talking to you.
So here's the good news.
Damn.
Here's the good news. I'm going to show you why journaling is so powerful.
Okay.
Now, please note, when we talk about meditation, journaling, or gratitude, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not saying go do transcendental meditation. I'm not saying go do the silver method. I'm not saying use this app or that app.
Right.
I don't give a damn which method you use. I don't care how you journal. I don't care if the thing you journal is Clay Green's a moron. I don't care.
Really, Clay?
I don't care. Here's why. Because I know it's going to evolve. I know no matter what you start with, you're going to grow your practice. So getting people to take that first step, that's what it's all about. So let's talk about journaling real quick. Here's why journaling is so important. You ready? You got a pen and paper somewhere close?
I do.
Good. All right, here we go. Everybody watching, and Jimmy, you too.
I'm watching.
Do me a favor.
I'm writing.
Don't write nothing down. Don't write nothing down yet.
What I got? Okay.
Got it ready. Do me a favor. Just close your eyes and think about a purple cow.
Okay.
Okay, stop. That was it. Stop. Now, in order for you to think about a purple cow, so many neurons had to get activated, right?
Okay.
Assign a number to that. I don't care. 500, 500 million, 5 billion, 5 trillion, I don't care. 500 trillion, 100, I don't care. Make up a number. You got a number?
Okay. 300.
300. Now, say purple cow.
Purple cow.
Now think about how many more neurons had to fire. Because for you to say it, you had to picture it. So there's the same 300. But now you've got to move your jaw, your larynx, your tongue, your lips. You got to move all this stuff and exhale at the right time in order to get those words to come out, right? And you heard it. When you said it, you're hearing. So now not only do you have outgoing synapses, you got your vision, same synapses, same number of synapses, then to say it, bam. And then when you heard it, bam. Right? All these synapses just fired, right? Grab that pen and paper.
Okay.
Start writing purple cow, but stop when you finish with the P.
Okay.
So you just wrote P of purple cow. Let's think about this. First off, have you ever watched any of those funny YouTube videos where people put on virtual reality and then they fall down?
Yes.
You know why? Because over 75% of your brain is attuned and is paying attention to your visual input, because that's our primary sense. That is our primary warning system, is our visual systems. So your brain, about 75%, more than 75% of your brain is activated if your eyes are open.
Never knew that.
So let's start there. But now let's go back. Let's go back to the purple cow thing. Purple cow. In order to write that, you got to think it. So there's that first number of synapses, right? Mm-hmm. Next, this is the most complicated joint on your body. You had to position your shoulder in the right place, and your elbow and your wrist and all these little finger muscle tendon nerve things to hold that pen in the right place. And then, here it comes, Your eyes, you had to use your eyes to connect and put the pen in the right place on the paper and draw the line and stop drawing the line with the appropriate amount of pressure you're pushing down. You can't even, and that's just the one line. I'm not even going to talk about the hump. You just used more synapses in your brain than you can even calculate or capture. Period. Just to draw that one line on that P, you use so many more synapses than saying purple cow.
Purple cow. Oh my God.
Start journaling. Start meditating. Meditation is the first. Meditation is the most important. Journaling is
so, it is so relaxing and it is so awesome. It is, and I never thought I would be one to meditate because I always thought that it took me away from my spiritual beliefs and spiritual practices. I know. Don't go there. Don't judge me.
All right, you gotta stop it. Okay, all right.
Oh my God,
dude! I got another can. You want another can? I got another can for you right
now. No. I definitely. I want to ask. I really want to ask you this question. I've got to know your answers about this, and because I told you, like, we are totally running out of time. Hell, if we're not already, but I got a strange ass feeling. That your response to this is going to probably be freaking epic.
Why?
So,
should I be nervous?
No.
All right.
No. But success and happiness. We were almost touching bases on it early before the call. But how do you define that? And like what, other than a purple cow, but what does it look like for you? Success and happiness. What does it look like for you? Oh my gosh, Clay Green has not been this silent on this call since we began. I cannot believe this. This is going in the record books.
I'm trying to think about like where you want to go with this. So,
it is your choice completely, 100%.
Let's get real.
Come on.
So did you hear the story about the deer?
Yeah, okay. I heard the beginning portions about the deer. And I know you brought up the Superman effect. Is that what it was called?
The Rise of Superman is the name of the book.
The name of the book. Okay. And so I definitely heard that portion, but you didn't go off into the entire story.
Well, we did later on in the interview, so go check.
Okay. So that's my fault.
Put a link in here so people can go watch it, because I'm not going to tell you the whole story, but here's the deal.
Okay.
I hit a deer going 85 miles an hour on a motorcycle. That deer hit me. I was driving straight. The deer hit me in a place that should have put me on my deathbed. I should have been dead.
Give us a visual. Where exactly did it hit you?
It hit right in front of my right wrist, which is my throttle hand. So it was, I was going straight and it was coming completely perpendicular.
So it freaking hit you.
It hit right at possibly the worst place it could have.
On a bike.
It hit and it died, and it immediately caused the front wheel to turn as far as it could, because the mass of the deer, it hit. I felt its neck break. When it hit, it died. It hit full on head first into some metal, and it died, and its mass caused the front wheel to turn that way. So I should have died. Now, this is not, if you haven't heard the story, Jimmy's going to put a link.
I'll put the link. I got the notes.
To Mercy's interview, and you can hear the whole story. I went into the deepest state of flow I've ever been in my life. Time immediately stopped, and I was completely connected to everything. There was no separation between me, the deer, the road, the motorcycle, the trees, God, the devil, heaven, earth, whatever you want to say. I was instantly everything. I met another guy who, as a matter of fact, I met him a month and a half ago, roughly, who literally died. He was dead for 1 minute and 11 seconds. And he described the same physical sensation. He left his body and he was connected to everything. I just got off of a call with somebody who was talking about Steve Jobs' last words. And Steve Jobs he was literally sitting there going, wow. wow, as he died, because he was physically experiencing his body going. So the one thing I'm 100% confident of is I do not know what's going to happen after I die. I don't know. I know I don't know. And no offense to anybody that is a devout Christian or Muslim or anything else that does know, but I know you really don't, based on how your brain works. Now you have faith and you have belief, and I believe in you and I believe in your faith because I also believe in belief. And
Okay.
so there's a whole can of worms there too.
I was gonna say I'm gonna have to bring you back on because we've got to dig into that. But go ahead.
But here's my answer to your question. The physical sensation that I had in that 2-3 seconds, that's success.
Damn.
And I have that every day.
Damn.
I taste that feeling every day. That's what I call the state of flow, or another word for it is ecstasis. And I'm able, like right now, Jimmy, you and I are kind of connected. Right now, you and I are sensing the physical sensation of a connection, and we are in a state of flow to a certain level.
Correct.
That's success.
Damn. I know I heard you mention it. I want to make sure I state this as well, because in that interview with her, you mentioned that it was not a quote unquote near death experience for you, and you're not classified. So what's the difference in that? Because I want to fully understand exactly the flow that you're talking about in that instance.
So a near death experience is what has been labeled and has been researched, and people are digging into this stuff. The guy that I talked about, and he died for 1:11 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
He drove his motorcycle into the back of a concrete truck, I think. I can't remember exactly what it was. And he killed himself. He died. Mm-hmm. He had no pulse, but he came back. So that's what I mean by near-death experience. Another one of my mentors, Brendan Bouchard, he tells a story about a car crash that he experienced. And in that moment, he thought he was going to die.
Yeah.
Right. And he came out of it kind of. And it's a really good story. But he thought he was going to die.
Yeah.
At no point in this example, in my story and about the deer, at no point was I even worried about dying. I was performing. I was present. I was present, Jimmy. The way you said being in the now more.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know for me, that's the most in the moment I can be. I have established that. If I'm more in the moment than that, I'm probably going to be dead. Yeah. I'm probably literally going to be everything in that moment.
So do you believe that meditation has brought you to that point or that understanding?
No.
Or you? No.
Well, not, wait. I didn't meditate. I did not have a meditation habit before that happened.
Wow.
No. So this incident happened, and I can describe all the stuff that led up to it that made it happen. And if you read The Rise of Superman, it will explain what was going on in my brain. And I can explain what was going on in my brain. The physical things that were happening in my brain to cause me to see and experience what I saw and experienced. Meditation, first, awareness, so that you can learn how to listen to your internal guidance system. Mm-hmm. Second, rewiring or reprogramming. Money issues, mommy issues, daddy issues, where I live, where I'm from, what color I am, how tall I am, how big my butt is or not, or whatever. All those.
Hey.
That's all the rewiring. That's rewiring. Another rewiring thing is learning how to develop and grow habits and practices. Those habits and those practices are something. If you stack up the right habits and the right practices, then you can put yourself into that state every time you want to. And that is what my mastermind is about. That's what I teach people. That's what I think I'm the best in the world at doing that. And I know anyway, yeah.
I'm freaking blown away by that. Like and honestly, and maybe because I prejudged and just simply assumed, I assumed that you were already practicing meditation, which when that incident happened or that accident happened, you were able to just experience things on a deeper level. But you weren't even there.
No. So you've been in that zone too.
Oh my gosh.
Every one of us has felt the state of flow.
Yeah.
Here's the symptom. The most common symptom, there's two very common symptoms. One of them is time. Either time speeds up or it slows down.
I heard you say that.
Your sense of time goes away. Literally, physically, what's happening when you're in a state of flow, that part of your brain that measures time shuts down. Because when you're in a life and death situation, so I was in a life and death, it was a near death experience.
Correct.
And I was near death. I could have died.
Correct.
But in those situations, who gives a shit what time it is? I got to perform. So your brain will put you in that state and it'll shut down parts of your brain. So have you ever been playing a video game and then all of a sudden 3 hours is gone?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yes. Oh yes, The Sims. It has taken years off my life.
There you go. You are a victim of someone's desire to put you in a state of flow to keep you on their platform.
Yeah.
Facebook. Have you ever been scrolling on Facebook and all of a sudden 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours pass by? Yeah. Mark Zuckerberg kicked you back.
He is. I'm definitely have gotten better with Facebook in general, but and even the video games, because there's nothing wrong with them. It's just that I'm now controlling. I'm controlling how long I stay on it. I'm controlling what I watch. I'm controlling how long I do play a video game. And so, but yeah, I'm trying my best not to be in a trance. What?
Are you?
I am.
Are you?
I promise you.
It gets deep. This is another one of those can of worms.
we may need to talk about that too, because
I go deep.
Well, it's definitely something I'm practicing, and like it is because I don't want to cut those things out of my life because I like them, I love them, I like to be on them, but just consistently being on them for no apparent reason or just because I'm bored, But anyway, but wow. I'm really glad we had this conversation, Clay. Like, I was not expecting that. Especially not, like, I heard the deer story. Did you just roll your eyes at me?
No, I was saying, I was going to say, I'm sorry that you weren't expecting that.
I wasn't.
I stopped myself from saying I'm sorry. And that was what you thought was an eye roll.
I do apologize.
I roll my eyes.
I was about to go off, Clay.
You're like doing pop tops on cans of worms. You can't go down them, man. There's three or four of them that you done opened up. But
we have got to talk. Like we do. We definitely need to talk after this. We definitely do. Like I said,
hold on.
Like I'm intrigued.
It's a fun ride coming with me, man.
I'm really intrigued, and it doesn't happen often. I must admit that.
Yeah.
Which is why it's very difficult for me to read certain books because most things don't keep my attention. It's just wow. I really am.
The Rise of Superman, and another book is called Stealing Fire. Like you're going to steal the fire. Stealing Fire. Those two books are by a man named Stephen Kotler. He's a New York Times best-selling author. He's really good at writing. I highly recommend them. They're awesome books, and they go into detail about what's happening inside your brain and how the world is using that these days. It's pretty crazy. And I'm again, he's created something called the Flow Genome Project, and I'm sure that its products and its stuff is amazing. But I'm owning it. I'm owning it. I think I'm the best in the world at helping individuals and small teams implement.
Yes, sir. All right. I mean, hey, okay.
I'm
not hating.
Let's rock it.
Okay. So are there any final thoughts that you want to leave the audience with? I know I'm going to link up to the webpage. What's going on with the webpage?
What webpage?
That was on your
My website?
Yeah.
Okay, my website is enthusiastically.com, misspelled.
Oh.
Think about it.
Okay.
Enthusiastically, enthusiastic clay.
Oh. Okay.
So if
Gotcha.
you spell enthusiastic and then put L-A-Y,
Gotcha.
L-A-Y, enthusiastic, L-A-Y, enthusiastically. So liveenthusiasticclay.com, but it's just enthusiastic clay.
Okay.
On that website, the final words I've got to say to anybody and everybody is meditate, journal, and gratitude. Meditate, journal, gratitude. Meditate, journal, gratitude. Meditate, journal, gratitude. And you can go on that website and get a PDF that helps you find resources and explains why those are so important.
If you guys don't do anything else, man, go on to the site. Like I've even reach out and connect with him. Like I really feel like he wouldn't mind answering any questions. So am I right in saying that? Halfway right? Halfway right?
Depends on the question. No,
Clay, come on now. Man.
You know I'm there, man. You know I'm there.
Meditate, journal.
I hadn't hit the point yet where I don't have time to, or I don't get back to everybody within a couple days. So yeah. It might not be immediate. I'm not one of those immediate repliers.
I'm not either.
Are off.
I'm with you. Like I'm not either. Like I just if you catch me, just so happen, yes, because I was just so happen there. But typically, like I can't. I can't. I can't. So I agree.
You got it, Jimmy. You and me both. We got to start breaking our rules and start following some rules.
I gotta write that down.
Like you're talking about so many things that you do. Like you block your notifications. You're working on, minimizing and going to video games and distractions when you want to. You don't respond to messages when the notification pops up. Are you time blocking?
No.
Okay. Well, time blocking is another thing, another tactic that we can talk about. But you are following the rules. And so am I. And we got to stop being afraid to be so, I don't know, so mainstream. It feels weird saying that, doesn't it? But yeah.
It does, because I don't.
I'm not. Hell no. But in order, and it comes down, we mentioned this before. We talked about this, I think, before we started recording. I want to help a lot of people. I have numbers in my head. I have statistics that I can look at that will tell me if I'm doing what I want to do or not at the scale that I want to do it right now. And in order to do that, I've got to follow some of the rules.
Yeah.
People aren't hitting share on every one of my posts.
I got you.
Right? You know what I'm saying? So that means I need to work on something and get some engagement and do all this and do all that.
But there's a okay. And I think, and this is a completely different subject, and we probably need to talk about this another day too. But it's something that I know that I preach on everything, and it's about balance. And so we may be saying the same thing and just a little differently, but I definitely believe in the balance of that. So being of the world, but not in the world, and knowing how to use it to your advantage to get, certain things accomplished. So I got you. So not following your own rules or break your own rules every once in a while. And I got you. I got you, Clay.
The way I say it, I don't know where I got this, but I'm in your pocket.
I got you.
Where did I come up with that?
I have no idea where that came from either. I wasn't going to question it.
I have no idea.
But damn it, if I need you, I am going to call you. I'm going to call.
Yeah.
So,
all right,
okay.
So last words. Meditate, journal, gratitude. Meditate, journal, gratitude. So, Jimmy, let me ask you a question. Do you understand why journaling is so important right now?
No.
Do you remember what I said about number of synapses?
Like I remember, and I completely followed along with you, and I got you. So with the purple cow, but understanding the true meaning of why it's so important to journal, that concept I still hadn't grasped.
Remember when we were talking about mommy issues, daddy issues, money issues?
Mm-hmm. But I still hadn't grasped how that correlates with actually journaling. I'm sorry.
If you sat down and you meditated about, let's just say money's a big thing. If you sat down and you meditated about your money issues, what are you doing? You're thinking about it.
Correct.
You're causing some synapses to fire. If you're really good at meditation, you're able to get into your subconscious and cause some synapses to fire.
Okay.
That's cool. If you freaking write it down and work it out that way,
kind of like a math problem.
You are doing hundreds of thousands of times more things in your brain than just thinking about it.
But why is that so important?
I'm sorry. All right, hang on a second. Let me answer that question. Let me take a step back, because obviously I have not communicated one thing very clearly. Maybe it's because, okay, all right. Remember I asked you at one point what your mom and dad did when you were 1 year old?
Yes.
And we talked about how your brain was affected by that, right?
Yes. Yes.
Affected means connections were made. Like,
okay.
When I said purple cow, the shade of purple and the cow that you pictured is based on every cow and every shade of purple you ever experienced, and you pictured something.
Correct.
You pictured something different than I'm going to picture, right?
Yes.
That was based on all your neural connections.
Okay.
In order to change how you feel about money and your money issues, what you have to do is rewire your brain.
And rewiring your brain, the fastest way is by kicking off all of these. Go ahead.
No, finish what you were saying. Kicking off what?
These electrons or neurons.
Yeah, the neuron, the synapses.
Synapses quicker, and you do that through writing because you're firing off so many?
That's it. The number of neurons activated when you're writing is so much bigger than anything else you do. Unless
and it's reprogramming your brain.
It's rewiring your brain faster, deeper, longer, harder than anything else.
Gotcha.
Here it is. You ready?
Okay.
You ready?
Okay.
Do you remember when you were like in 3rd or 2nd grade and you had spelling tests?
Yes, which I hated.
I hated them too. You had to sit there and write those words over and
multiple times. Yes. Ugh.
Why?
Because repetition. Learning, it's great. Just awesome for repetition.
Because it worked.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know I before E, except after
I still forget that every once in a while. But yes.
Yeah. But
yeah.
So try it. And you asked why you're not doing it. Why don't you like journaling? Here's why. Here it is. You said you were vulnerable, right?
I am.
Here it is. Because your unconscious mind, your ego, your subconscious, we could talk about what that's called. I don't care. That part of you knows that the number one thing that every success book, every principle you've ever been taught has taught you, that writing down your goals is the number one thing you need to do. You don't want to write that down, because if you write it down, that means you're going to go for it. That means you're going to start working toward it. Your unconscious mind, this is you starting to write. Nope, don't write. Do not write. Do not write. Don't write. Your subconscious mind is blocking you from doing that with those feelings that we talked about.
Oh my gosh, Clay, we're going to end on that note. We're going to take this offline. Oh my God.
I used to think this was corny, but now it's like, dude.
No, you didn't.
I love you, man.
That is like the best thing ever. That's the best gestures ever.
I love you, man.
Oh, man.
I know you know what?
Like you did. You knocked, like that was a knockout. Like it was. Like I'll give you that. I have some things I definitely want to talk to you about because of that. I do. I promise I do. But I want to go ahead and definitely, stop this recording and stop this particular show. It has been freaking awesome, Clay. I thank you so very much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed it.
Blowing my mind.
I'm stoked to know somebody else in Memphis. Ojinga called.
I know.
and
pretty cool.
Emily and a bunch of other people I met at OG.
There's so many people here. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it's growing. It's blowing up. It's blowing
It
up.
is.
I just talked to somebody that's going to school in Alaska and realizing how many people, like I guess Memphis is a very, how can I say this? There is a lot of the population in Memphis that is underutilized.
The population is underutilized?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are not working in jobs that they could be working in. The skill level.
Yes.
And that
I would agree with that.
And then that tends to cause other people to have less skill levels than they need to do some of the job, right? So
Correct.
There's a lot of stuff going on there. But all that points to get some money, build some.
No, I definitely agree with you. I definitely agree. I mean, but we're the capital of the distribution center. Like we are the capital.
Yep.
And so most highways, like everything kind of really, like quite literally, we're one of the largest that have the two major highways that actually intersect. Yep. And so most warehouses come here. And because of that, that's the kind of mindset. That's the kind of people you get. And again, you have an influx of jobs like that here.
And those aren't what I would call high skilled. The majority of them are not.
And they are not. We talked about that.
Wait until everybody jumps on the Amazon robot situation, though.
That we're being affected. Like, cause I work at a warehouse, and I thank God I control what goes out of the warehouse, so my position is a little bit different. But like I do, like I control everything that ships out of the warehouse. But like it is, you have no idea. But anyway, but everyone is getting more and more afraid of Big Daddy Amazon.
Yeah.
And so the retailers, so our customers, even the different organizations, like it's crazy what Amazon is doing. And so it's a rude awakening.
And impressive as hell.
Oh, no, I've been crazy in a good way. I've meant crazy in a damn good way. Like Amazon is power. Yeah. So it's just, yeah. But yeah. But anyway, let's after that. I love my talk show. This is what makes me come alive.
I love it.
This is me.
There it is. Yeah. There it is. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk.
We will schedule another time. If you're not, even if you're free later on, then great. If not, we'll schedule another time because we definitely need to chit chat. We need to chit chat. Awesome. But all right, you guys, that is another episode of Inspired by Jimmy Allen, in the words of Norman Lear. To be continued. I'll see you guys, and thanks again, Clay.
Bye-bye, brother. We signing off?
Yes, sir.
All right. Have fun, dude. I'll see you soon.
All right, man.
Bye-bye.
OMG. Okay, you totally just received some excellent knowledge, and I know that you loved it. If you did truthfully love it, I need your help. By all means, share this podcast with everyone that you know. Don't hold all of this knowledge to yourself. We need your ratings, we need your reviews, we need your comments, and we need your shares. But only share it, only comment if you received some damn good knowledge today. I know that you did, so I'll wait on your reviews to start coming in. Okay, until the next one. See ya.